Oh my goodness! Hello, it's the Mad Hatter. How are you today? You're listening to the ResortLoop.com podcast. Bob, Tim, take it away.
Please stand clear of the doors.
Hey, what's the big idea? Stop hitting me with these doors. You gotta watch out for these things.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. You've come across the ResortLoop.com podcast. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar. Tim?
Yes.
What show number is it?
This is episode 101.
Wow!
It's like an introductory class.
I'm not even touching that. Nobody, we are not qualified to teach you anything. Let's just put it that way.
That is so accurate.
Hey, how about that? How about that open? Was that fantastic? I love the Mad Hatter.
He did a great job. Can I just say we love Scott Danziger?
We certainly do. And as a matter of fact, we're going to hear a little bit more from our good pal Scott Danziger at the end of the show.
Get out!
He sent us a very nice voicemail. And again, you guys, if you want to send us some voicemails, we'd love to hear from you. Any of your tips or just whatever you'd like to talk about, really. What is that number again, Tim?
Well, it is area code 414.
WDW.
Loop.
And they can reach us on email if they just want to drop something into an email for us.
Yeah.
Bob at ResortLoop.com and Tim at ResortLoop.com. Give us some stuff from you guys, too. We got a couple of more great ones that we've got coming up from a couple of real good friends of the show as well.
Yes, we do.
So lots of great intros thus far. Last 100. We're looking forward to the next 100. So
that's right.
So what are we going to talk about today, Tim?
Well, today there's so many little things we wanted to discuss for episode 101. We decided to throw in a potpourri show.
Yeah.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Haven't done that in quite a while.
No, we're usually pretty well themed. You know, we have like one topic per show, but I think we need to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, there's just so much to talk about going on in the Disney community right now. So thought it'd be a good idea to try and just cover quite a few different things. And we'll have to do this again because it is an ever-changing business.
Oh, it so is.
That Disney is in. Yeah. So why don't you start us off? What was something you'd like to talk about today?
Well, since it rocked the Walt Disney World internet community last week, what do you think about the ticket price increase, Bob?
Well, I hate to start 101
I know.
half empty, but
it was the second one this year in a year.
Yeah, I understand what they're doing. This is all tying together. You know, Disney has a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, probably a 20-year plan. And they're looking at, obviously, getting as many people as they can to stay on property and to stay as long as they can get them to stay. Because it simply equates to more money. And so when you have somebody that's just going in for the day, they know that they're not going to get as much money out of them as if they were going to keep them around for 3, 4, 5, 7 fortnights. You know?
That's right.
I had to throw in a fortnight to start us off.
Absolutely, you did.
So, I don't know. And then, of course, Universal followed up immediately following that. So, I don't know. $99 is a lot of money.
It's a lot. It went up $5.
Yeah.
For the daily ticket. Now, I think it's a little bit less as you extrapolate that out over multi-day tickets. But
right. And then, if you want a park hopper thrown on top of that, then you're really talking some money. I don't know. I guess for the person that's staying at the beach and just wants to drive over for the day, that's an awful lot of money to spend for one day at Walt Disney World.
It is a lot of money, but I was just thinking about it earlier today.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, a lot of things are really expensive today. just in general.
Well, that's true.
Like, I've dropped off my kids at the school, and I see kids going into the school wearing like $250 headphones.
Absolutely.
And I'm thinking, man, I remember back in the day, if I'd spend $40 for a pair of headphones, I had a darn good set of headphones.
Yeah. Those were broadcast quality headphones.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So these kids are wearing like mini studios on their head. Now, I think they're more, honestly, more marketing. But I mean, still, that is expensive.
Right.
So,
Well, and I've talked to you about this just the other day. I have not bought a new suit in 16 years.
oh, yes.
The price of suits is ridiculous.
And you just didn't have to buy for you. You had to buy for the boy.
Right. Who is growing, like a weed anyway. So luckily they were just able to take most of it in and let most of it out. But you're right. Everything has just gone up. However, and again, we're going to let the listeners in on a little private conversation you and I had. We were talking about staying at the Polynesian. And the price of the Polynesian, because you did a little bit of research on this, should the price of the Polynesian be if you were talking back in 1970? What was it, $72?
Oh yeah,
$74.
I can't take credit for this. I read this on a blog post that linked through Twitter somehow. So unfortunately, I can't give the author his credit. But I will say it's not original by me. But like when it originally opened, it was like 40 some bucks a night.
Right.
Now, if you extrapolate that out to current dollars with the actual rates of inflation, it was like right around $200 a night is what it should be now.
Yes.
And it's like, what, $450, $600, depending on the time of year?
Time of year or, where you're staying at, at the resort. Yeah, so
that's just a crazy markup. Crazy.
It is, but, I mean, they're sold out.
They are.
How can you not blame them for saying, look, people are willing to pay this, to be here. So,
yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
And everyone says it's a business. I get it's a business, and I get you have to make as much money, but something about it just rubs me the wrong way on a certain level.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure I can quantify it or qualify it, but it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to stomach that kind of money, but we're going to go.
We are going to go.
We're going anyway.
Going. And even the new value, the art of animation is super expensive. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you, I got a heck of a deal because we're just staying at the Ariel suite, or not the suites, just the standard Ariel rooms over at Art of Animation. Every place else at our Art of Animation are suites. So they are more expensive, but you're able to put more people in there and you've got a little bit more room for your family in those. Whereas just, your standard rooms are standard rooms. And really, I didn't pay any more than I would have, maybe a few dollars, $10, $15 more than I would have stayed over at Pop Century or over at the All-Stars. So I'm not seeing a huge problem with that because of what you're getting. You're getting a suite or you're getting the standard room. So, but as we've talked about on other shows, I'd rather go over, if I've got a larger family, I'd rather go over and stay at the Fort Wilderness Cabins anyway.
Right.
So, but I mean, really look at it. They had to close the park over Christmas last year.
Absolutely.
You're right. They're probably going to have to close the park again this spring break, that week of Easter, week before Easter. I'll bet you're not going to be able to, if you don't get in there at rope drop, you're probably not, or at least before 11 o'clock, you're probably not going to get into Magic Kingdom.
Right. Oh, here's another conversation we had. So a day at the Magic Kingdom is $99.
Right.
What would you have paid just last weekend? You went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, exactly.
How much would a ticket there normally have been? I realize that was a special day, but I go today. How much is a ticket to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
A normal ticket, I believe, is $25 now.
Wow.
I believe it's $25. So, and that's, I'm spending more time in Animal Kingdom than I'm spending at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'll tell you that right now.
It's a quarter-day museum.
Right. And, I like music. There's nothing wrong. But you can see only so many guitars and so many concert outfits and album covers and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I would have dropped over $100 easily. They had a free weekend this past weekend at the Rock Hall, but I would have spent easily over $100 for my family to go to that. So it's all relative, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so.
So, but I think as long as people continue to want to pay it, the prices are going to continue to go up, and really, this kind of leads to something else that we're going to talk about here in a little bit, and that's the Disney races, the marathons, marathon weekends. But they're going to have so many people in those parks that they're going to have to think about a fifth gate. They're really going to have to think about it because the parks are becoming so crowded.
Well, when the parks were designed, I don't think they were designed to have as many people in there as they had years ago, much less now.
Right.
Right. That's why they come up with these fast passes, and they're finding ways to steer people where they want them to be.
Exactly.
So
exactly, because they just don't have the room. They can't have everybody standing in line for Soarin', or everybody standing in line for Dumbo. So. Oh,
that's a good topic for a future show. If you're going to redo the Magic Kingdom today, what would you do differently?
Well, as a matter of fact, I just saw. I believe it was on Disney's the Disney Parks blog that the Imagineers have come up with another circle walkway around the hub at the Magic Kingdom to alleviate some of that congestion.
Wow. So
you're going to have two. You're going to have the one that takes you to the partner statue, and then you're going to have another one outside in between, like where Tomorrowland is and the partner statue, or Adventureland and the partner statue. So you're going to have a middle ring, if you will, walkway that will take you around to the castle to alleviate a lot of that congestion. So that's how crazy it's getting,
right,
at Walt Disney World, and I know Disneyland's the same way. So I guess it's time to go to Disneyland Paris.
There you go. The Disneyland Great Lakes Park.
Yeah, that's not happening. Oh. Not when it's the end of February and it's 18 degrees outside with a wind chill of negative whatever.
Exactly.
So yeah. Unfortunately, we'll never see that. But well, let's then transition. So
let's do it.
We know it's going to be expensive to go.
You know that going in.
So why not run around the place as fast as we can so we don't see anything?
Woo! It's a blur.
And do a Run Disney event.
Excellent.
As many of you know, they just started the Avengers Superheroes Half Marathon Weekend.
Marvelous.
Which now, if you add them all together, you've got, starting in January, you got the Walt Disney World Marathon. February, you've got the Disney Princess Half Marathon. Over in California, in January, you got Tinkerbell Half Marathon. And in February, no, they don't have anything in February in California. But then in May, you've got the new Expedition Everest Challenge, which is relatively new. August, you're going back over to Disneyland for the Disneyland Half Marathon. October, you're doing the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror at Walt Disney World. You're doing in November the Disney Wine and Dine Half Marathon, which I may be participating in. We'll see. And then now this new one, which is the Avengers Superheroes Half Marathon Weekend. The question I have, I pose to you, my friend.
I'm listening.
I have two.
Oh.
One, how many races can they have, for goodness sakes? And two, when will be the Segway 5K that you and I can drive around in?
How cool would that be? Just have it at the Speedway.
That would be all right.
Oh, you could be drafting behind me. How awesome would that be?
Oh, I'm telling you. I think the saving grace really is it's so hot in the summer in Florida.
Right.
That's why they don't have any in June, July, and August.
Yep, that's why they're later in fall, winter, and spring.
Right. So, but you got to figure, and again, it goes back to what we just talked about. Look how crowded it's going to be. You've got the Disney Wine and Dine, so you got all the folks that like going to that. Now you throw in, 26 to 50,000 runners and family members and volunteers. Same thing goes that Avengers superhero half marathon. I think that's fallen right around in that time period as well. So that's going to be a lot of people.
It's a brilliant way to fill the parks, though, during the slower times of year.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I said, you fill up all those rooms. You fill them up with, the family members' park tickets.
Yep.
Meals. Yep. You've created a few more stuff. I'm surprised they don't call them a marathon season. You got your spring, because you're creating a demand down there, and as long as the races keep selling very well or selling out,
and they do,
they
sell out so fast. I know they just started with the Wine and Dine's coming up. It's the registration for Wine and Dine's going to be coming up, I think, in March 4th, so next week, and I anticipate that thing, selling out very, very quickly. Now, just to give you another idea, the marathon itself, if you register before April 1st, which it's going to be closed, I guarantee, I'm telling you, if you want to run in the Disney Wine and Dine half marathon, you got to get in that first week because it will most likely close.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but if for some strange reason it's still open by April 1st, up to April 1st, the registration fee is $185.
Yeah.
To run in that race.
Wow.
So the Mickey's Jingle Jungle 5K, which is the one I think me and my son are going to run in, is only $55. So not too bad.
Right.
It's still about almost double what most 5K races are out there in the country. So, and again, you can do pre-race taste tickets. I don't know what those are, for $80, and finish line party tickets for $75.
Well, I know people really love the. Go ahead.
What's that?
I was going to say people really love the medals they get with these races. Can you imagine what the Avengers,
medallions,
the Avengers medal would look like? I mean,
it's going to be cool.
I mean, it's going to be awesome. I wouldn't be surprised how it lights up, just starts glowing like the glow in the show earrings type things. Oh, how cool would that be?
Oh, that would be cool. That would be very cool.
I'm
this is going to be their first year, so I guarantee that thing's going to be sold out fast.
Yeah, because I know people sign up just to get those, when they finish.
Yes. Yep. Registration for that opens at noon on March 25th. So, and that's going to go really fast.
That's coming up too.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a huge event. The Run Disney events are huge. They sell out very quickly, and they're not cheap.
No,
but people love them. They love that camaraderie. Again, it's that Disney community that folks like to be a part of. So what do you have that's on your mind as well?
I'm wondering, with the whole FastPass Plus, the whole integration with everything, is there going to be too much electronic device used in the theme parks?
Ooh.
Where people aren't enjoying the surroundings necessarily because they're always checking their phones, checking in on Foursquare, checking dining reservations, checking fast passes.
That is very interesting.
And I don't know, because I know a few years ago we were there when Goala was big, similar to Foursquare. You check into places, you would get a medal. I was checking in, waiting in line, checking into these places, and you get a little virtual medal. But, it takes a little bit of time. You're not really enjoying the surroundings. You're, looking down at your phone.
Right.
So,
right.
I don't know. And I know in the, the promotional things, I've seen commercials with the family has carrying around an iPad in the parks. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and then that's gonna lead to the other issues that we've talked about on previous podcasts, the iPad picture takers that are holding those massive iPads up to take a picture and blocking your view of everything. The iPhone glow in the dark rides, because that's how people are taking pictures, is with their iPhones and iPads. I agree with you. That's going to be interesting. It could take away some of the magic.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, if you're looking down, walking, using your phone, you're not looking around, you're not checking out windows on Main Street. You're not looking for hidden Mickeys. You're not noticing other people's shirts.
Yeah, and does it take away some of that family time?
I think so.
Because I know we have sat, my entire family has sat here, we're all on our iPhones.
Right.
Looking at different things on our phones.
I'll say that's one of the
not communicating.
Fantastic things about a cruise. Everybody had to turn off their phones because we didn't want to get any kind of weird roaming charges. We put them all in the safe.
Right.
It takes away that whole connected dimension, and you're kind of back as a family, you just enjoying one-on-one time.
Yeah.
Because I know on the cruise they're talking about adding like wireless on the cruise, or like apps on the cruise to use your phone. I'm kind of against that.
Yeah. Yep.
Sometimes you just need to check out.
You do. You got to unplug.
Check out, sign off.
Yep. I like that. I like that idea. It is time to unplug. It's time to get. You're again. Let's tie it all together. You're spending a lot of money. This is maybe your one trip to Disney that you're going to take, and you're not even going to see it.
Right.
Because you're too busy trying to bump up that fast pass to a different location or a different time, or trying to get that dining reservation.
And it's going to be hard to explain that to people because Disney's pushing it now. They're adding Wi-Fi everywhere. They're adding into the apps. They're saying you can go ahead and you can change your fast passes now.
Right. Right.
I don't know. Just something to think about. I don't know.
That's a good call. I never really. I was in the. This is going to be so convenient camp, but you may be onto something there. It may ruin some of the magic. That's a good call.
Yeah, we're just thinking. We're just talking. That's my thought. What do you got, Bob?
Well, speaking of the cruise line, see, it's almost as though you knew what I was going to talk about.
Ooh.
Because you're like tying this all together. You got this synergy thing going on. You're just.
I'm like the adhesive. I'm the grout.
You're the grout, all right. The Disney Cruise Lines. Let's go. Let's be happy. We've been a little bit negative, a little bit down. Let's go completely positive, and celebrate the fact that the Disney Cruise Lines were rated. They received 29 awards, including 13 number one awards. These all came from the Cruise Critic Cruiser's Choice.
Okay.
And kind of a big deal in the cruise line industry. And but those some of the number one awards they got: best overall cruise, best for families, best service, best dining and entertainment, and best cabins.
Wow!
So it's kind of a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
I commend them. They, from everything you've told me, they do a phenomenal job. And I am looking forward to doing that as well in June. So,
yeah, it is an elite cruise line. There's no doubt about it. You pay for it; it's a little bit more.
Yeah,
but you're getting the cabins with the split bath, very well appointed. It's hard to argue.
Right. So, and I just got a text from my sister of all people. A good friend of hers was on the Disney cruise ship. And was able to stay in a one-bedroom suite.
What? How'd she do? Was that an upgrade? What happened there?
Well, she can afford the upgrade.
I got you. All right.
So I am going to effort to get her on the show to get an executive's point of view of the Walt Disney World cruise ship. So. Cool. It looks pretty good. She showed me some pictures of it. And wow.
Oh, amazing.
it's bigger than an apartment I had once. So I'm just saying. So good for Disney Cruise Lines.
Yes.
Good for them. So that's all I have, Tim. You got anything else?
I'm just going to throw one more out there. Again, it's one of those ones where I think I know how I feel about it, but I'm not sure I'm justified. Tell me what you think. If you go to the Disney store online, you can buy Disney Parks merchandise right there. You don't even have to go to the park.
I will not.
Okay, so we're on the same camp on that one.
Yeah.
It just seems wrong.
Yeah.
Part of me wearing an Epcot shirt is saying, hey, I was at Epcot.
Right. That's what makes it special.
So if I'm buying it and sending it to the house, it says, hey, I can buy things online.
Yeah, right. Oh, which, okay, I get it. You've gone to the parks. You go, oh, I really should have bought that, that mug or that whatever. You can purchase it at the Disney store, go to the parks merchandise and get it that way. I get that, but I can't do it. I cannot do that.
I think we're old school, where we like the park exclusive merchandise. So if you bought it, everyone knows you were there.
Right. So yeah, because that's a great point. What happens when you're at work, you're at the store, you see some friends of yours, whatever, and they go, hey, fantastic, you go to Disney World, and you go, nah, bought it off Disney store.
Yeah, I had a discount code.
Right.
It was free shipping also. I just,
I had to jump on it.
Right.
Right.
And your friend's like, oh, well, I won't ask you about it then.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm a big proponent of the Disney parks only being able to be purchased at the parks merchandise, and I'm against the whole Disney parks merchandise.
Right.
The stuff that the same thing is sold at Disneyland Paris, it's sold at Hong Kong Disneyland, it's sold at Disneyland, it's sold at Walt Disney World. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want specific Walt Disney World, Epcot merchandise, or Magic Kingdom merchandise, or Disney Studios. That's just me. That makes it special to me. And I understand it's more expensive for them to do that. I get that. But, you just raised the prices to $99. Come on.
Exactly. I know I used to get the, like resort shirts. Like I have a contemporary polo shirt with a logo on it that I love. I used to have a Polynesian one back in the day.
Sure.
Now, I don't know if they still have them or not. Last time I looked, I couldn't find one. I mean, they used to have T-shirts with the contemporary logo on there.
Right.
Now it's just all kind of says the generic, Walt Disney World with the Disney Park sticker or tag in the back of the shirt, where you can get anywhere. Yeah,
right. Exactly. See, I was a big, and still am, I'm a big mug fan or travel mug fan. And, you go in and you buy the mug for each resort, and it's the same thing. It's virtually the same travel mug. So I want specific merchandise, and I certainly don't want to have be able to buy it from the Disney store once I'm home. I don't know. That's just me.
I'm with you.
All right. Well, we've been as negative as we can possibly be.
Right. That concludes this episode of the Debbie Downer Show.
but please, everyone, please bear with us. We have been stuck in this frozen tundra for way too long.
I know. We keep thinking there's light at the tunnel, and then it's going to be in the single digits for the rest of the week in the evenings at night. Oh,
yeah. It's supposed to get in the negative degrees this evening. So, yay!
Oh, woo. OH.
No.
I know.
N-O. That's where I'm going.
Right.
Oh, no. All right, Tim. That's all I got.
Oh, same here. Everybody, I'm Resort Loop Tim on Twitter. You can also find us at the website, ResortLoop.com.
And I'm Resort Loop Bob on the Twitter. Don't forget Facebook.com/Resort Loop. Send us those emails and rate us on iTunes. And where else can they hear us, Tim?
You can always hear us on the Stitcher.
The Stitcher. We promise we're going to be much more half full.
We are.
We're not a half empty. We're just telling it like it is.
Absolutely right. Oh, everybody, you've been listening to the gateway to the magic.
And before I say it, stand by for some more from Scott Danziger. See you, everybody.
Hey, Bob and Tim, how you doing? It's Scott Danziger. I just wanted to send you guys a message and say happy 100. I do love the show. I truly enjoy it. You guys do a great job. You keep it very positive. I like that. So for me and all the rest of the voices in my head, to you guys, thank you and congratulations.